But under the radar player on offense and defense that we should keep an eye on could be an X factor in the offense or defense this year. Who you got, Dan?
All right. Well, for me, I think the X factor on defense. Oh, this is a fun one because there's a lot of different guys you could put in this mold. But I like to get a little saucy and
do it.
I think Mike Dana.
I was gonna go there. Damn it.
Mike Dana is a guy you should keep an eye on because last year was his best season as a defensive end under Joe Cullen. He got better. He looked more comfortable doing what he was doing. And I don't think that he's just going to be relegated to this backup role player. Okay, never mind. He is a backup role player, but relegated to a guy who doesn't play because you bring in Charles Omenihu when you draft an FAU. Mike Dana is an experienced player that got, I think, 6 or 7 sacks last year. It wasn't just he was 2-3 sack guy. He had he was close to double-digit sacks. And I think that he could even have a better season this year. And in those big games against the Chargers, which he always seems to sack Justin Herbert. He's a magnet to Justin Herbert. He just figures it out. Those are big games in division that he makes big plays in. I think that Mike Dana could have another nice season for the Chiefs on defense, on offense. The only guy that's coming to mind, and it's someone who I already talked about, is Jody Fortson. Jody Fortson could be the guy who maybe catches 7 touchdown passes this year if he stays healthy.
Okay. I want to go back for just a second. I'm terrible at impressions, folks. But for those of you who have known and listened for years and years and years, especially Locked On Chiefs when he would come on with us, you can hear it. If you close your eyes real tight, you can hear, listen, because Terez said this all the time. The contract year is undefeated. Mike Dan is in a contract year. So I expect more. So listen. That could be it. The other guy that I think has something to prove, and the only thing that he can do for himself for the rest of his career is to play his ass off this season. That's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Could he come out with more spark? He's going to play somewhere else. He will not be back. But if he wants to continue his career, that's the guy who's got to show up.
Please. This is the one thing. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. Clyde having a better year this year than he had maybe the last 2 years would be music to my ears. And what I mean by a better year is catching the football like a madman.
Right.
And being efficient.
Do something with it.
Just do something with it.
Yeah, do something. Fansness, I'm not sure if I even said your name right, my friend, but I love the YouTube name. Spelled a little bit differently. Will this be uploaded to Spotify? Yes. For those of you who don't know, if you missed the videos live, you can get the audio over on the podcast feed. It's on all the major platforms, including Spotify, as well as Apple and all those things. So yes, you can certainly find it there later. Tommy, if D-Hop were to go to the Bills, in my opinion, I think it would cause some problems with Diggs. Could you see Diggs getting traded if that happens? I agree with you. It would cause problems with Diggs. There's no way in hell they trade Stephon Diggs. That would be suicide as far as Brandon Beane goes. Brandon Beane's a smart GM. If I had to pick another guy of that age, under 45, besides Brett Veach, Brandon Beane would be my choice. He's not going to make a silly mistake or let it get to the point where the player's so disgruntled with the addition of D-Hop. And I will give you this too. Everything you guys remember when I was hyping Trayvon so much, he was my L'Jarius Sneed of the class before, right? Everybody thought I was nuts. Well, we know how that turned out his rookie year. He's had a little bit up and down, right? He's gone to his brother, and his brother's been very consistent in telling him, we are here to dominate and win. Stephon Diggs wants to win. He does not care if D-Hop joins this roster. Stephon Diggs will learn everything he can from him, and I don't think it will become a problem at all, myself.
It would be beautiful, too, because Stephon Diggs does his best work on the outside. He was one of the best receivers at getting open last year in the last couple of years from the outside. And DeAndre Hopkins honestly needs to play in the slot because he doesn't get open that much anymore. And unless you're just going to say, I'm going to go right down the field against a smaller corner, play him on the outside, fine.